Hello, Sankarshan.
Hello, Carly.
How are things?
It is that time of the year when things are winding down towards the holidays, so looking forward to taking time off.
Ah, okay. Nice. It's also the time of year where the clocks change and everybody gets screwed up on meeting times. In North America, it changes this weekend.
Yeah, I think Europe changed the week before or something, and I have been at the wrong end of meeting for a couple of weeks now.
Shoot, I didn't realize that they changed beforehand. Oh, shit. I forgot. Um, I had posted in the chat the bite-sized trust script for um for trust registries. So I think I'm gonna start working on making them later, tomorrow and next week. So if you want to have a look at it, or and then maybe I'm coming to these meetings to listen in, and maybe I can learn some new topic ideas for another script.
I think we're waiting on Daryl because I think Daryl has the agenda for today.
Yeah.
But hey, folks, how's it going? I'm making coffee right now, so hopefully it's okay. I'm keeping my camera off right now.
Same with the coffee here. Theme.
I did read the post that you had, Carly, and I think this
Yeah.
is good to have out and published. I think this is complete, and although at some point we will have to examine, um, I wouldn't want to call it use cases, but examples outside of the learning and education records and credentials. But uh, this is a good start. I say that we have to examine other examples primarily because there are trust registry related efforts going on that span, let's say, financial transactions, supply chain, and all of these things. And it
Yeah. Yeah, and there's certainly the did trust registry here is certainly not the first example.
I'll ping Daryl to
Is
see if he's. Yeah, I'll ping him. I'm not sure what's going on. One second.
because IIW is done. That was last week.
but the after effects of IAW are quite long term. I think a couple of weeks, folks who go to IAW just keep on talking about it.
Um, Looks like Daryl won't be able to make it. He says he's in. He got caught up in something that he can't get out of. So I think with that, I don't have an agenda for today. There's a PR that's in flight that's currently being iterated on. You can see the PR. I sent over a PR to his PR to make some mods to the spec, but and most of the updates are happening right now are updating the TRTF to, I don't know if folks here are familiar with the park model, but we're using something more similar to that. So there's going to be quite a bit of changes pushing to the TRQP. to update and align it more with the park model, which is focused on principal actions, resource, and context. Yeah, I'm happy to answer any questions on the updates because I know them quite well at this point. But that's just in flight and it's being worked on over PR.
Okay, first up, thanks for actually using the full form of the path model. I saw it being discussed on Discord and I was wondering why org restructuring models are being talked about in Trust Registry. There's a path model in organization restructuring as well. So what do you know? I mean, folks seem to use everything. But so if I understand this correctly, Andor, the team has adopted that framework and the existing PRs are being refactored to meet the criteria required. Is that right?
Yeah, so I mean, it's almost the same thing. I mean, we were almost aligned with the park model, but the biggest difference is we're splitting out. There was an assertion ID in the Trust TRQP before. I don't know if folks remember that you would ask for an assertion ID, and that assertion ID was confusing because you'd often, like, the way we described it was like you described it like, can you issue driver's license? And that would be have to be in a string. So now what we've done is we split out the assertion ID into two pieces, which is the action and the resource. So now you can specify specifically and explicitly the action being issue and the resource being driver's license. And so we're using slightly different language because we're tackling a different problem than the park. Park is for authorization internal systems, whereas we're talking about recognition and a few other things. So there's a little bit of a different flavor, but overall the models line almost exact. So the other big thing is that we have a concept of an authority ID, which Park does not have. Park just talks about the permission capabilities of an object, not it does not impose some concept of an authority. And so what that looks like is basically in Park you have that C, which is context. That context is being spun out as a primary object, right, as an authority ID. So imagine that we had a static context field for one of the pieces. So there's at least always one context, which is an authority ID. That's its own primitive. So there are slight differences, but it's overall aligned and it's compatible with the Park framework. So any Park query you could do, I'd argue any Park query you could do, you would be able to, you should be able to do any Park query as a TRQP query, or vice versa, I guess. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes. I'll take. Is the PR that you're talking about handy somewhere for to take a look at?
Yeah, so it's on the repo. Again, sorry, I was making my coffee, so I didn't have
No, I get that. If it's on the repo, I'll find it out and take a look. No worries.
So the PR, just a heads up, I went to last night. I pushed PR to Daryl's PR. Daryl kicked off the initial PR. So let me just quickly explain what's happened in terms of the momentum of this. So Drummond and I initially sat down. The reason why we brought the Park model was because I was actually looking at Cedar in detail, and I realized that's what Cedar was using, and then that sort of propagated a conversation where Drummond and I started evaluating how this would look in the TRQP model. We brought Phil Winley into the conversation. He said that makes a lot of sense as well. And so then Daryl, Drummond drafted an initial modifications in Google Doc, and then Daryl has spun up a PR off of those modifications. Then it asked me to take a look. I took a look, and so there'll be a PR to his PR to him from me that you'll see. So if you go to his fork, you'll see a PR to his PR. So that's just me iterating on his stuff and suggesting changes to him, which I thought we were going to discuss today. So that's kind of where things are. So I would take a look at actually my PR because it includes adjustments to his PR. So if you go to my fork, I will have a version that's pushing to his version. Does that make sense or no? And it's a little
No,
confusing.
it does. I at least now I know where to start looking from and have the trail ready. So yeah, good. This is
Perfect.
nice. Thank you. Perfect.
Okay.
All right. So I guess if we are not having the meeting today, we'll just call a meeting and be done with it.
I agree.
Well,
Like I said,
Scott's here
Gerald
now.
said he's-
Hey, Scott.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Did you have a question for me? I was a bit distracted. I'm sorry.
Just noticed you were here, but I guess the point was raised by Andor that who was sorry, I just lost it for a second. Where the one person who we were yes, the from IRA. Daryl's not here.
Yeah. So
I
I
haven't had
think
enough. I haven't had
proposal-
enough coffee. I'm sorry.
You're good. I think the proposal is that we all close off and meet next time. If there's
Fair.
no agenda, there's no reason to talk. But happy, Sankarshan, thank you for offering to take a look at the PR. It's there, it's async, and so I'll be dropping off right now. So have a great time, and you guys are obviously welcome to stay on if you'd like. So catch you later. Bye.
Thank you.
All righty. Thank you.
Thanks, bye.
Hey,